So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Navamsa video of the week. And this week we're going to be covering a Rahu in the 11th house of your D9 Navamsa chart. And what happens when Rahu, the north node of the moon, is in the 11th house. Okay. And as you know, Navamsa chart is one of the most important charts in Vedic astrology. It's the chart that represents the strength of your planets, the inner core of your planets, who you become ultimately later in life. It represents your marriage and things you deal with in marriage. An 11th house of the Navamsa represents the desire, the fulfillment of desire through marriage, the status you gain through marriage. It also represents kind of like the inner strength of your 11th house from the birth chart. So if the birth chart 11th house is really messed up, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm not going to get my desires fulfilled. But the 11th house of Navamsa is excellent. Well, it neutralizes that situation and you eventually end up getting the desired results. But for this, you actually have to also see where your Moksha Lord is placed and your Kama Lord is placed. Okay. So anyway, if you do not know, if you have this particular placement of Rahu, what sign it's in, not what nakshatra, because you guys can see that on my report. Only the birth chart nakshatra. So if you want to know where your birth chart nakshatras are, what your Navamsa placement is of the planets, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report under the shop section. Include my books, consultations, link to my academy, Maga Vedic Astrology Academy, where I'm now teaching planets through nakshatra course. Okay. So let's get started with this video. So with this particular haircut, I totally look like my dad right now. I'm like a carbon copy. It's funny because I was looking at this one picture yesterday. Same haircut, same thing. Okay, so my dad could only wish he could be as good as me in astrology. So anyway, Rahu in the 11th house is an excellent placement, but you have to look at the dispositor of Rahu. See, Rahu is a Bhoga Karka. Rahu wants to give you everything that you desire. Rahu's like, you're in my domain. You're on planet Earth. Well, welcome to my domain. This is a material life. It's the 5% of the entire universe, but welcome. What do you want? You want this? Okay, let's try to get this. You want that? Let's try to get that. You have all these lustful, desires. Let's try to fulfill that. Let's take you to a brothel. So Rahu does that. But if you have to look at the dispositor. So like, for example, Rahu is in the sign of Leo. Well, okay, fine. It's in the 11th house. It's in Leo. Person naturally wants to be in a very kingly, regal, royal position in life. And they may actually make, it's funny, with Rahu in the 11th house in Leo, one may make connections with corrupt politicians and government people. But besides that point, Rahu in the 11th house in Leo, you want to see where Sun is placed. Is Sun in the 6th house, 7th house, 3rd house, 2nd house? Where is it? Because Rahu will give result of that Sun. And 6th, 8th, or 12th are not bad houses because certain planets actually do excellent. Like Mercury in the 8th house is an excellent position to have Mercury in. Meaning, through communication, if Mercury is in the 8th house, through communication, you can make millions, literally. And this is actually talked about not by me, but by Sri Shraddhi Iyer. If you read his book, Mars in the 6th, Mercury in the 8th, and Saturn in the 12th, I believe, are excellent position. But again, you have to judge them. Like, what sign are they in? How are they placed in Navamsa, what they're placed in. So it does that. But let's say if position is neutral. Well, Rahu naturally will give you too many desires with marriage. And as you get older, Rahu naturally will give you inclination towards recognition, fame. Rahu brings in many, many foreign friends, especially Muslim, Persian, and God, I remember, what was it? Muslims, Persian, it wasn't Arabic, Egyptian friends. You will see somehow you're going to make connection with that. If let's say, well, I'll get to Ketu next week, but you will get a lot of benefits through that. But remember with Rahu, if Rahu is receiving any malefic impact in the 11th house, be careful of the company you make and the company you keep, because you could be cheated by those people. It's a given. If a malefic planet impacts Rahu, because Rahu is, how can I say this? Rahu's like a transparent, like a cellophane paper. Any lights that you shine through it, it'll start reflecting that light. It's actually more vulnerable than Moon and Mercury. With Rahu, it'll behave like the dispositor. It'll behave like the planet is conjunct. It'll behave like the planet that it's aspect. It'll behave like where the nakshatra lord is placed. I mean, all of these things. I mean, this is why when you look at, like, especially like even KP astrology or Nadi astrology, Rahu will give like results of 10 different houses. But it is a good position. Rahu being the Bhogakarka, the Swarnakarka, in the highest Kama houses, is ready to give you what you want, ready to give you what you need. I got what you want. I got what you need. You know? So this is what Rahu is. But this is why I can't really say much, because Rahu is like a blank canvas. You're telling me to describe a blank canvas, because Rahu really will show more things when we see the colors of different planets upon it. Maybe just a big red painting with a little yellow dot. Well, it means something. Okay. Now, Rahu in the birth chart in the 11th house, I can go on and on, but with the Navamsa, it really becomes that particular placement of, you know, seeing the variable, you know, distinctions of Rahu. Okay. So anyway, guys, this is my analysis of Rahu in the 11th house of your D9 Navamsa chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss this video. And if you want to know where your planetary placements are in birth and Navamsa, all your birth details, consultation books, just check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you on Saturday. Bye-bye.